Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, House of the Dragon season 2. I don't think I can do it. And no one's asking me to. It's okay. I kind of felt compelled to watch the first season because I did watch Game of Thrones. Now, that took me a while to get into as well. I didn't like the first season, but then I heard by the third season they actually had dragons, so I sort of went back to it around the fourth season, watched the first few seasons, and I sort of stayed to the end, but then the end was really horrible, and everyone hated it, and I sort of was like, God, I felt like I just invested a lot of time for nothing. And then this other show came up, and I kind of was wanting to be a bit of a pop culture, science fiction, fantasy sort of review channel or something. I sort of thought it'd be fun to do that. And I started watching the episodes, and I didn't really enjoy them. I found it really dark and bland and tedious and just not that interesting. I just feel like they're just making the show because the Game of Thrones show was successful, so it's like they just have to make another show in this universe and just expand the universe, and it just seems really content, produced product. I'm not feeling it, and I just don't think I can watch it. And the same goes for Rings of Power, although at least Rings of Power had a bit of energy. It had some colour, some beautiful visuals. I did sort of enjoy little parts of it, but overall, I don't really find these big sci-fi fantasy epics really interesting. All these sort of middle, sort of faux Middle Ages sort of aesthetic, I don't find that time period interesting. I don't understand why people want to go back to those times where men were brutes and women were just property and just there's very little diversity, and it's just not really relatable to our modern times. I get on one level wanting to escape to that, but why you'd want to go there, I think it's a bit telling of people, particularly when there's incest and stuff like that, and there's a lot of people in certain political groups who I think kind of are into that, so I think that's why they sort of support this show, because it's just about a bunch of demented people desperately seeking power, and I think some people can relate to that, even within their own family, and I just find something really disturbing and sick about the kind of people who really love this show and are passionate about some of the characters, because they're really warped and they don't seem to be viewing it in horror. They seem to be viewing it out of, reverence. So I don't think I can watch it. So this is a non-review because I thought about it, could I sit through an hour of this show just to do a review just so I can have one on my channel like everyone else who's talking about it? And I just don't care that much. Maybe if I was getting a lot of reviews and getting a lot of views and getting a lot of views from over reviews, maybe, the money for the advertising would be worth actually making myself sit through it. But my channel's not monetized anymore. I got demonetized a while ago because of, YouTube doesn't like anyone to sort of think differently from them. But yeah, it's funny, I got demonetized for supposedly using other people's content in my videos when I don't use other people's content in any of my videos. Every video, 99% of my videos, is just me talking to the camera. It's like a vlog, just sharing my opinions. So that was a bit of a joke. They were just sort of flexing, saying like, yeah, we're just going to get rid of demonetization. No reason, and we're just going to give an imaginary reason just to show you we can do whatever we want. Yeah, so that's pretty depressing. So yeah, I don't see the appeal. I don't get why people are so interested. The visuals of it, I can sort of understand visually why it's beautiful to look at, and particularly the Rings of Power. But I don't know why anyone would want to escape this world. I love Star Trek and science fiction, things in the future, things in places that are better and nicer. I don't see why people want to go to somewhere darker and nastier and worse. I get there's a little bit of just sort of, watching a train wreck and just, sitting back and being shocked by things. I get sort of that on one level, but even that gets old, and yeah. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Are you enjoying the series? Should I be watching it? Is there a change in the second season? Is it just the same old, dark and dreary and slow and all very important? These big, long, drawn-out scenes that just seem to do nothing but push, the positioning of certain people and just, yeah, I can't do it. I'm not feeling it. Yeah.